Welcome to the AdExpert Podcast.
And welcome back for another deep dive.
Today, we're really digging into something foundational, I think. How to create landing pages that, don't just look good, but are actually SEO-friendly. Properly SEO-friendly.
Yeah, it's so important. Think of that landing page as like the handshake after someone finds you through organic search. It's often that very first impression.
Right.
And just ranking high isn't enough, is it? If they land there and the page doesn't connect or, guide them, then what was the point? All that effort kind of wasted.
Exactly. Visibility without action isn't the goal. So our mission today in this deep dive is to cut through some of the jargon maybe and show you how to build pages that work for search engines and for the real people visiting them.
That dual goal. That's it. High rankings, yes, but also high conversions. They have to go together.
And quite fittingly, our main source, our guide for this, comes directly from AdExpert.
A Los Angeles-based agency, right? Online marketing, web development. They've been doing this for, over a decade?
Yeah, 10+ years, focusing specifically on driving those conversions and boosting online presence, especially for the local LA market.
So they live and breathe this stuff. It's what they implement for clients constantly.
Okay, let's get into it then. Based on AdExpert's insights, why is this focus on SEO-friendly landing pages so critical right now?
Well, fundamentally, it's about making the most of that organic traffic you work so hard to get. An SEO-friendly page, it's not just passively waiting for visitors. It's actively strategically built to convert them once they arrive.
So it directly impacts the bottom line, the conversion rate.
Absolutely. And your overall online presence gets stronger, too. It's a core piece.
How do they define an SEO-friendly landing page? Like, what are its key characteristics according to them?
They describe it as deliberately crafted. That's the term they use. Designed to attract organic visitors and convert them. It ranks well because it nails the target keywords, offers really compelling, high-value content, and the whole layout supports engagement. It leads the user somewhere.
There's that dual purpose again. You're building for the algorithm's understanding, but the experience is for the human.
Precisely. AdExpert really hammers this home. Success here means aligning everything, the words, the visuals, the technical bits, with what the user actually intended when they searched and, how they naturally behave on a page.
Got it. Okay, so where does someone even start? It can feel overwhelming. The guide seems to lay out a pretty clear path, though.
It does. And step one, the absolute starting point, before you even think about writing or designing, is deep keyword research.
Right. You need to know the language people are actually using, not just what you think they're using.
Exactly. Finding those exact phrases. And the source makes a key point. Don't just focus on the big, broad terms. You need the long tail keywords, too.
Could you give an example, like the ones they mentioned?
Sure. They listed things like, obviously, how to create SEO-friendly landing pages, but also maybe more specific queries like ways to optimize landing pages for SEO, or even improving conversion rates through landing page SEO, much more specific.
And why are those longer, more specific phrases often more valuable?
Well, a few reasons. Often, someone searching that specifically is further down the funnel, closer to making a decision or solving a specific problem.
Like searching for best waterproof running shoes under $100 versus just running shoes.
Exactly. Higher intent. Plus, these long-tail terms usually have less competition, so it's actually easier to rank for them, and the traffic you get is often much more qualified.
Makes sense. And the tools they mention, Google, Keyword Planner, Ahrefs, SEMrush, what do those help uncover?
They give you the crucial data points. Search volume, obviously, how competitive a keyword is, really important insights into user intent, what's the why behind the search, and they also suggest related keywords, things you might not have thought of.
And then the trick is weaving these keywords into the page naturally.
Strategically is maybe the better word, mapping them across all the important parts. The main page title, the headings, the body copy, your meta tags, definitely image, alt text, even the URL itself. It needs to be holistic.
Okay, step 1, nail the keywords, understand the language. Step 2 seems to be about translating that knowledge into the actual content.
Yes. Developing that high-quality content that directly addresses the user intent you found. It has to speak to their needs.
What should good landing page content achieve, specifically?
It needs to hit a few key notes, address the visitor's pain points right away, clearly show your value proposition, what's in it for them, use those target and long-tail keywords, but, naturally not stuffed in, and critically have persuasive copy that encourages that next step, whatever it is.
And presentation matters too, right? Just walls of text don't work.
Oh, definitely not. Readability is huge for user experience. The guide emphasizes structure. Think short paragraphs, use bullet points, include relevant images or videos, and break things up with headings H1, H2s, H3s.
So a clear hierarchy. One main topic, then subtopics.
Exactly. A single H1 for the main focus, maybe like their example, how to create SEO-friendly landing pages. Then H2s and H3s for the different sections, makes it scannable.
Which, as you said, keeps people on the page. Lower bounce rates, good signals for Google.
Precisely. It all connects.
Yeah.
And AdExpert adds a great pro tip here. Put an FAQ section near the bottom.
Oh, right. I saw that. Is that mainly for voice search optimization?
That's a big part of it, yeah. Targeting those conversational questions people ask Siri or Alexa, but it also helps you potentially grab featured snippets in regular search results. And honestly, it just builds trust, answers questions proactively.
That's really smart. Covers a lot of ground. Okay, so moving from content, step 3 gets into optimizing the on-page SEO elements. This sounds more technical.
It is, yeah. This is fine-tuning the signals search engines read directly. Key things here are your title tag and your meta description.
That's the title and snippet you see in the Google results page.
Exactly that. You need your target keywords in there for sure. But the meta description especially needs to be compelling. It's like ad copy. It has to convince someone to click your link. And keep them short, right? Under the limits, like 60 characters for titles, 160 for descriptions, roughly.
We touched on headings, H1, H3 for structure already. What else?
URL structure is important. Keep it clean, short, descriptive. Including a primary keyword helps. Their example was optimize landing pages. Simple, tells you what it is.
Okay. And they mentioned alt attribute issues. What's that about? Images.
Yeah, alt text for images.
Yeah.
You need to make sure every important image has descriptive alt text. Don't just leave it blank or use image1.jpg. Describe the image. And if it makes sense, naturally include a relevant keyword. It helps search engines understand the image, and it's crucial for accessibility too.
Got it. Helps everyone understand the context. What about links? Internal and external.
Good practice is to link to other relevant high-authority pages. That could be other pages on your own site, internal links, or sometimes reputable external resources. But the big warning from the source is about link issues, mainly broken links.
Yeah, nothing worse than clutching a link and getting a 404 error. Bad user experience.
Terrible UX. And a bad signal to Google. It suggests the page isn't well maintained, so fixing those is key. Which leads perfectly into step 4. Designing with user experience, UX, front and center.
Because, again, ranking is great, but if the page is unusable...
People leave immediately.
Yeah.
Bounce, exactly. The SEO gets them there, the UX keeps them there, and encourages them to act. Your design needs to be intuitive, easy to navigate, and importantly, fast.
What are the key design elements AdExpert highlights for good UX on a landing page?
A few things. A clean, responsive design, meaning it looks and works perfectly on any device, desktop, tablet, phone. Minimizing distractions, like, tons of annoying pop-ups.
Oh, yeah, those can be frustrating.
Very. Clear navigation is also key, although sometimes for a very focused landing page, you might even remove the main site navigation to keep the user focused on the one goal. And speaking of goals, having one clear, strong call to action, or CTA.
Just one main thing you want them to do, like download now or start free trial.
Exactly. Don't give them analysis paralysis with too many choices. Make the desired action obvious. And the source really stresses why UX matters so much again. Lower bounce rate, more time on page, higher conversion rates. Plus, Google explicitly rewards pages that provide good user experiences. They see that engagement.
Okay, and that ties directly into the next step, step 5. Optimize for every mobile device.
Absolutely critical. We live in a mobile-first world now. Google uses mobile-first indexing, meaning they primarily look at the mobile version of your page for ranking. So mobile performance is, arguably paramount for landing page SEO.
So that responsive design point isn't just nice to have, it's essential.
It's table stakes, non-negotiable. A guide gives a handy checklist for mobile optimization. Responsive design, yes, but also really compressing image files so they load fast on mobile connections. Making buttons big enough to tap easily, using readable fonts, adequate spacing, things like that.
It all comes back to that smooth user experience, just tailored for the small screen. Better UX, better rankings.
You got it. Which brings us nicely to step 6, improving site speed and tackling the broader technical SEO foundation.
Okay, this sounds like going even deeper under the hood.
It kind of is. Technical SEO is about making sure search engines can crawl, understand, and index your page efficiently. AdExpert mentions several back-end techniques here.
Like what?
Things like enabling browser caching so the page loads faster for return visitors, compressing images effectively, minifying code CSS, JavaScript, HTML, basically removing unnecessary characters to make files smaller, making sure you have an SSL certificate so your site uses HTTPS for security, and constantly monitoring for and fixing crawl errors or those broken links we talked about.
And the direct benefit of getting technical here.
Faster page load times, significantly faster. And speed is a major factor for both user experience, people hate waiting, and for SEO rankings. Faster pages lead to lower bounce rates and higher conversion rates. It's all interconnected.
Okay, step 7 talks about schema markup. This sounds a bit advanced. What is it?
It's basically adding structured data, like specific tags in your code, that explicitly tells search engines what your content is about. It gives them more context in a way they easily understand.
And why bother? What's the payoff?
The big payoff is the potential for rich results or rich snippets right there on the search results page.
Like when you see star ratings under a product or an FAQ drop down directly in the Google results.
Exactly those. AdExpert lists common types relevant for landing pages. FAQ page schema, product schema, local business schema, review schema. Using the right schema can make your listing really stand out. More eye-catching.
Which leads to more clicks, presumably.
Precisely. It improves your click-through rate, your CTR, gives you a real edge over competitors who aren't using it.
Okay, makes sense. Get more visibility on the SRP itself. Then step 8 suggests looking beyond search engines. Social media promotion.
Right. SEO is powerful for organic reach, but you shouldn't ignore other channels. Sharing your landing page on relevant social platforms does a few things. It drives referral traffic directly, it can generate buzz, shares, engagement, and it can even help build backlinks naturally if people find the page really valuable and link to it from their own sites or posts.
So putting social sharing buttons on the landing page itself is probably a good idea then.
Definitely makes it easier for visitors to spread the word for you. Amplifies the reach.
Okay, and finally, we get to step 9. And the key point here seems to be that launching the page isn't the end.
Not even close. It's really just the beginning. Step 9 is all about monitoring, testing, and continuously optimizing. You have to track performance. AdExpert emphasizes using analytics tools to see what's working and what's not.
What are the crucial metrics they say to watch?
Key ones are organic traffic coming to that specific page, your bounce rate, how many people leave right away, the conversion rate, are they taking the action you want, time on page, how long do they stick around, and scroll depth, how far down the page are they actually getting. These numbers tell you a story about user behavior.
And then you use that data to make changes. They mention tools like heat maps and A/B testing.
Exactly. Heat maps can show you visually where people are clicking or maybe where they're trying to click but can't. And A/B testing, using tools like Google Optimize, they mention, lets you test different versions of elements against each other.
Like testing 2 different headlines. Or button colors.
Or calls to action, images, even entire layouts. You test scientifically to see what performs better. By constantly looking at the data and tweaking those underperforming parts of your landing page, as the source puts it, you improve your results over time. You maximize ROI and keep the page relevant.
This whole guide from AdExpert is incredibly thorough. It really feels like a blueprint they use themselves.
Oh, absolutely. This is clearly their process. As an agency focused on results, especially in the Los Angeles area, serving businesses in Woodland Hills, Calabasas, Winnetka, Tarzana, Encino, Sherman Oaks, and all those surrounding areas, this is how they operate.
And that decade of experience in local and e-commerce marketing really shows through.
It does. And they mention key people on their team, like Sam Ashrafi, the founder and strategist, and Essa Nabavati handling SEO and analytics. It speaks to their dedicated expertise.
Yeah, and their core strengths listed on their site seem to map directly to these steps we've discussed.
Totally. The data-driven approach, the live tracking, that's step 9. Their use of AI likely informs keyword research and content strategy steps 1 and 2. And their copywriting services are explicitly designed to meet Google's requirements using semantic keywords hitting steps 1, 2, and 3 perfectly.
So when they list their services, Google Ads, website SEO, local SEO, social media, web development on platforms like WordPress or Shopify, it's basically the toolkit they use to implement these various strategies for their clients.
Exactly. It's not just theory. It's applied practice. They're sharing the how behind getting real results online.
Okay, so if we were to quickly recap this deep dive, the core strategies from AdExpert for truly SEO-friendly landing pages boil down to:
start with really solid keyword research. Get that long tail intent.
Right, genuinely engaging high-quality content for your specific audience.
Optimize all those technical bits, titles, metas, URLs, alt text, plus the overall design and structure. Think user and search engine.
Make sure it's fast and flawless, especially on mobile. Non-negotiable.
Maybe give it a little push with some social media promotion.
And crucially, never stop tracking the data, testing, and improving. It's ongoing.
Yeah, the source makes that point so well. It's not one magic bullet. It's all the pieces working together, fixing those alt attribute issues, optimizing different parts of your landing page, improving speed that creates something truly effective.
It's that holistic view, that continuous refinement.
That's what gets results.
All right, so here's a final thought for you, the listener, to take away from our deep dive today. Think about one of your own landing pages right now, or maybe one you're planning. Based on everything we've discussed from AdExpert's guide, what's just one thing, maybe even something small, perhaps improving a meta description, making sure every image has alt text to clear up those alt attribute issues, or checking for any broken links causing link issues? What's one thing you could optimize, maybe even today? Taking that single step could be the start of seeing better search visibility and more engaged users. Remember, the search engines and your audience, they're waiting.